Hi, how you doing? How you be? Top to the AB and gaming news. Oh, well, okay, now I can't even show it because it's not even pulled up. Hold on, let me get there. Diablo 4 official Slam server is coming up here in a little bit, as well as Genshin Impact released a new character called Baiju and another one called Kave. And High on Life also has a DLC right after this. Hi, I'm Anthony, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. We actually troubleshoot and help people with their technical issues and PC gaming issues, and subscribing will help us grow the channel and help more people. Thanks. Forum, how you doing? How you be? Top to the AB, making sure everything looks good with the game audio. Yeah, everything looks fine. Hi, hope everybody's having a good day at work and or school and or other. My name is Anthony, or TheOpenForum, and we are gaming adjacent. Essentially, we help people with their gaming issues, technical issues, PC issues, Mac, phone, this, that, and the other. We have no limits because we're really good at what we do. Hope everybody's doing well here, and without further ado, let me make sure my headset is on. Oh, no, it was actually on. Okay, because I couldn't hear anything, and I was just making sure that you guys had good audio quality, and I think that you do, so I think we're good here. So first up is Diablo 4 has another server slam trailer because Diablo 4 really wants to get as many people to watch as humanly possible. And I don't know. I mean, obviously I already bought Diablo 4 because I participated in the beta, and that's currently what you're seeing here. But, you know, it's starting to get to that point where it's a little bit much. But they do have another trailer, so we'll at least look at it. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, as they say. I like how y'all can see my screens and everything. That's actually pretty sweet. Alrighty, let's see what they got here. Let me make sure that yeah, I think it's gonna be 720 no matter what, so whatever. Okay.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going now. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance to go dance at the Space Jam. Alright. Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine.
Hey, Michael Jordan, we're about to get ready to release Diablo 4. What do you want as the soundtrack? You know that soundtrack to Space Jam from when you were 9? Yeah, let's go ahead and add this to the show, to the server trailer. I mean, everybody likes it, right? Who doesn't remember Space Jam? I remember the one that LeBron had, and it was terrible. No. The one before that, it was so much better, and it had a soundtrack. Let's go ahead and put that in the Diablo 4 trailer so that people who actually want to play out Diablo 4 remembers what happened when they were 6. Like, why would you? What does Space Jam have to do with Diablo 4 and hunting demons? That was a basketball game with Looney Tune characters. Those couldn't be further from each other. You have demented demonic evils and angels and devils battling out and clashing out in war, and you have basketball with Bugs Bunny. But I mean, they can have the same soundtrack, sure. I mean, yeah, just in case you wanted to know. Space Jam? Okay, cool. Alrighty, well, okay, all right, that's what we're doing now. Okay, well, whatever. Alrighty, let me switch these two around because the Genshin Impact one is pretty long. So the next one up is High on Life, official accolades. High on Life has actually been a pretty sweet game. I actually have a few shorts from High on Life. Haven't had a chance to finish playing it, but I definitely want to get back around to it. Okay, well, apparently that's just, it looks almost like the official launch, official accolades trailer. Okay, maybe it's not a DLC. Maybe it's just, well, let me see. High on Life, more common than successful people with talent needs a PlayStation release. Did they stop? Yeah, this is this is just the trailer because I was looking at it, I was like, man, I know a lot of these scenes here in these locations. So yeah, it appears that this isn't DLC. If they do come out with DLC, that'd be awesome, but it appears that this is not it. It's just another trailer, just in case you didn't know High on Life is a game. It's pretty awesome. Essentially, the blue gun that you see there, that is played by Morty, and yeah, and when I was playing it, the main character, I was playing the role of Rick, and it was interesting. I can give you guys a good idea so you know exactly what's going on here. I don't remember what I called it. You'll turn High on Life. Episode 3, something along those lines. Oh, I can't do it from there. Okay, well, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Episode 3. Let's see. Hopefully I can find it. Maybe I can. I don't know. I don't know where I line up with all of this. No. Oh well, I'm not about to spend too much time on it. But yeah, there are some very interesting and funny sequels about. Oh, here we go. Probably should get that looked at. Oh, I can help. Oh God, I didn't think he was gonna fire. I'm so sorry. Were you just standing here?
Plums, fresh meat.
I'll turn you into fresh meat.
Fucking kid. Hey!
What's wrong, fresh meat? You scared of a little?
Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, he's just a kid. Don't shoot him. I am not shooting a kid.
I will shoot a kid, Morty. I don't need you. I promise.
You shot me, I'm dead. Hey.
All right, there. You happy now? Well,
Yes, Morty. Yeah. Oh, Morty. Oh, no. It's definitely allowed. I'm okay with that, Morty. Yeah, yes.
Kid is dead now.
I will reload and I will continue to shooting him, Morty. Okay? This is happening. This is happening, and I'm okay with it, Morty. Okay? Just let it go, Morty. Just be at peace with the fact that I am shooting him, and I will continue to shoot him. If he pushes me again, Morty, he should not push me. For science. Probably should. Okay, that is what you should make a commercial out of. I don't know what that commercial was, but that's the real High on Life commercial right there. Right there. That's the High on Life commercial. Coming to a theater near you because it's already out. Alrighty, and the last one here that we're gonna look at, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna let it run because Genshin Impact's trailers be long, but Baiju, he's essentially a high HP healer on Genshin Impact. We'll see how long I let this run, but I thought it would be kind of interesting. Because, Genshin Impact generally never misses when it comes to these trailers.
It's said that chronic illness makes a medical expert out of the patient. This would seem to ring true for Baiju, a skilled doctor of weak constitution. But delve a little deeper and one is left questioning the true relationship between Dr. Baiju's ailments and expertise.
Time for a house call.
To heal the sick is a doctor's lifelong calling. Baiju constantly monitors the well-being of those around him, treating ailments when the earliest symptoms arise. His dendrovision enables him to protect his teammates and provide a range of treatments to suit any scenario. Baiju's familiarity with the medicinal effects of common herbs is useful knowledge during medical emergencies in the wild. When Baiju is in the party, interacting with certain harvestable items will heal the active character, meaning more time spent adventuring and less spent recovering. Baiju's normal attack can perform up to 4 frontal strikes that deal dendro damage. His charged attack consumes a set amount of stamina to deal AoE dendro damage in front of him after a short casting time. Upon casting his elemental skill, Baiju sends a gossamer sprite to cruise and attack nearby enemies, dealing dendro damage. After it performs a certain number of attacks, or if there are no enemies nearby, the sprite will return. Upon its return, the sprite heals all nearby party members based on Baiju's max HP. After unlocking the talent 5 Fortunes Forever, Baiju's abilities are enhanced in different ways depending on the active character's current HP. If their HP is less than a certain percentage, Baiju's healing bonus is increased. If their HP is equal to or more than a certain percentage, Baiju's Dendro damage bonus is increased.
Taking a turn for the better.
When Baiju casts his elemental burst, he enters the pulsing clarity state, creating a seamless shield that absorbs Dendro damage with increased effectiveness. While the pulsing clarity state is active, a new seamless shield is generated at regular intervals. While a character is under the protection of Seamless Shield, whenever the shield regenerates, expires, or is destroyed, the active character is healed based on Baiju's max HP. At the same time, Spirit Veins are unleashed, which attack enemies, dealing Dendro damage. Medicine is a vast and complex discipline whose methods range from the strictly therapeutic to the thoroughly transformative. After unlocking the talent All Things Are of the Earth, when a character is healed by Baiju's Seamless Shield, they will gain the Year of Verdant Favor effect, which increases damage dealt by burning, bloom, hyperbloom, burgeon, spread, and aggravate reactions triggered by that character. The size of the damage boost depends on the elemental reaction, and scales off of Baiju's max HP up to a certain limit. This effect lasts for a limited duration. Baiju avoids life and death battles like the plague and does his utmost to stop comrades from becoming casualties. In battle, Baiju casts his elemental skill, sending out a Gossamer Sprite to deal Dendro damage to enemies and heal all nearby party members upon its return. When energy is full, Baiju enters the pulsing clarity state by providing protection and healing for his teammates with his Seamless Shield, and also unleashing Spirit Veins to deal Dendro damage to enemies. Baiju gives his team healthy odds of finishing the battle in one piece. Humans typically live short lives. People chase after immortality for countless reasons, most of them selfish in nature. But Baiju defies the norm. I know of no one else who yearns for eternal life as a means to endure limitless suffering. Perhaps this stubborn defiance is necessary to practice medicine. What doctor can expect to bring patients back from the brink who does not cling to the hope of life despite impossible odds? However sheer his determination, the future is always uncertain. But surely anyone bold enough to shoulder responsibility for the lives and deaths of others deserves reverence and respect.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That little girl you saw running is Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi is very, very dead. I just want to throw that out there. Yeah, her. That's Chi-Chi. She's a zombie, essentially. That little talisman on the head is what keeps her alive. So, yeah, Baiju is a new character on Genshin Impact. But Genshin Impact, please be mindful that if you do decide to play Genshin Impact is a game where you do not need characters to beat it. Like, literally, you can beat the game with the standard characters from the standard banners. Like, it's really not that hard. However, when it comes to their trailers, they almost never miss. So, I thought that would be kind of entertaining. But without further ado, let's get started in helping some people. As for the video for today, I was gonna leave it at Diablo because Diablo's stress beta is getting ready to come out, but I'll just go right back to the Jedi Survivor because there's a lot of good footage still in there. So yeah, we'll just go with that. And I'm still playing Jedi Survivor. It's a very long game if you actually start looking for everything, but it's very similar to the other one, the previous one, whereas it doesn't really. There's no point in exploration for the most part because the items and the upgrades that you get don't help you. Like, for example, you may get attire. Well, the attire doesn't increase your defense or stats or anything. It just makes you look different. And they're all some type of sweater vest. This man really likes his sweater vest. And I'm just like, cool, that's your look. But I mean, unless you got some robes and you about to get ready to look like a nun or a Jedi or something, like I can't, you know, like it's not, you're not a Jedi, bro. You're like something in between, but you know, it is what it is. But that's pretty much what I'm trying to do here is a little bit of exploring, but also try to play the main quests. But I don't do a whole lot of exploring. It's not like Elden Ring where you do exploring, you may come out with an item that's better than, you know, it was worth the risk of you dying kind of thing. But yeah. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and get started here. That was group 6, so we'll start with group 1. This is from Quirky Chapter 6764. I don't know why I'm reading numbers these days. Normally I just say the name. Quirky Chapter writes, PlayStation, or I'm sorry, not PlayStation, but Play Store download problem. So they're actually talking about the Google Play Store. And as I say that, I'm looking for my Samsung phone, which I don't see, but it may be okay. I don't know if this belongs here, but I accidentally deleted Snapchat from my phone, and now when I try to download it again, the Play Store just tells me the Snapchat is not compatible on my device, but it was just 5 minutes ago. My phone is a Samsung Galaxy S20 5G with the newest software update installed. Anybody have a clue what could be the problem? Well, yeah. If you go to settings, well, let me think about that. If you go to settings, then apps or settings. Oh God, hold on one second. Let me find my cell phone. Found it. Are you dead? I think you're dead. You appear to be dead. Okay, well, we'll just... That's all right. I can spitball it. Let me just go ahead and get this thing charged in the meantime. Oh, yeah, you did. All right. Well, yeah, if you go to settings, then go down to your applications. Is it still there? Also, try to reboot the phone to see if it makes a difference. Also, just for fun, check to see if there is a new update upon reboot. Let us know how that goes. Yeah, so essentially what I would do here, if you're having an issue with something like that on your phone and you're not able to download something as simple as Snapchat or TikTok or something, then I would just go into your applications and see if it's still there. If it's not, and you don't see it there in the applications, then I would go ahead and reboot the phone. Once it comes back up, I would then check to see if there's any updates for the phone. Go ahead and download those updates if there are. If they're not, then go ahead and try to re-download Snapchat and see if that actually resolves the issue. So go ahead and try that and let us know exactly what happens with that. But that's essentially how you would troubleshoot that particular cell phone issue. I thought I was going to need the phone, but I don't need it for that. So yeah, it should be pretty good on there. Alrighty, so start turning on. Oh yeah, that's right. This controller's dead. Hold on. Hold on. All my controllers are dead. Okay. And Xbox on. PlayStation 5 online functions not working properly. This is a repeat. Hello there. For about a month now, I've been having issues with all the online features of my PlayStation 5. Lots of things never seem to load for me. Friends lists, PS Store, game images or trophy lists, game icons, so on and so forth. How do you fix it? And I said, okay, sure. So go to settings, network, run a speed test and let me know the results of the download and upload speeds. Also, is the PS5 wireless? If so, connect wired. He said, just ran a test. Download speed is 91.5 megabits per second with an upload of 27.4 megabits per second. Also, the PS5 does run on a wired connection. Interesting. I'm thinking that maybe one of the previous software updates caused a problem with my PS5. Could that be the case? Well, it's definitely not internet. Well, it definitely doesn't appear to be internet. Quick question. So this is gonna be kind of cool. Download YouTube app from the store, then see if a video plays back with no issues. If the video playback is fine, then proceed with a reset of the console. Proceed with a reset of a console. If the playback is having an issue as well, then it's possible you may have a memory issue, in which case go ahead and reset or reboot the console, then reset the console if that does not work. So we'll go with that, because I mean, it doesn't appear that they have true internet latency or any, well, okay, could it be internet latency? Sure. But we're talking about a wired connection, and the quickest way to test if the wired connection is what's causing the problem is to try to run YouTube. Because if they have a latency issue, then YouTube would be slow. But if YouTube runs flawlessly and they don't have any problems on YouTube, then what I would say to do is go ahead and do a reset of the console, because the possibility that the software could be corrupted, or maybe corrupted on the SSD, or maybe the SSD is having a problem. But no matter if the SSD is having a problem or it's not the SSD and it's just, it's corrupted, either way, it's still a reset of the console. And then, outside of that, then I would also say it could possibly be a memory issue, because even if let's say you reset it, right, and it comes back up and you still have the problem, then more than likely you're dealing with something hardware related. So you can kind of go both ways on that one, but that's pretty much what I would say for that. And there's nothing really to say on that because we're talking about reloads and resets. But if you want to know where that is on the PlayStation, it's just at the very beginning. I don't like going here because it shows you like your hardware ID and all kind of craziness. But it's just settings and then system, and then on system reset. That's all. Settings, system reset. I probably should tell him, that way he knows what I'm talking about here. So settings, system reset, edit, reset of console, settings, system reset. That way he knows, just in case. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's what I would say for that one there. I mean, that one's pretty straightforward. Seeing the fact that, his online functions are just really having some problems, even though his network seems to be fine. Especially at 100 megabits per second, that should be enough for you to actually pull up anything on the PlayStation Store, or even team chats or libraries or icons, trophy lists, stuff like that. That should be able to pull up no problem. Unless, okay. Let me actually go ahead and add a reboot of the router. Definitely internet quick download. See if no issues. If the video playback is fine. Well, okay. If the video playback is fine, then proceed with a reset of the console. I would say reboot the router, then reset console. Okay. So just to be on the safe side, I get that. Okay, if your YouTube playback is fine, but the PlayStation is still having issues with connectivity, then a reset technically is what your next step is going to be. However, you got to understand, if you're going to a YouTube site versus you trying to pull things down from the PlayStation Store, you just may have connectivity issues going to the PlayStation Store, but the YouTube and whatever you're searching for on YouTube is perfectly fine. In other words, it may be blocking one URL but allowing the other, or limiting that URL and dropping its packets, which is, in that case, go ahead and do a reboot of the router just to be on the safe side. So we're going to go ahead and throw a reboot of the router just to be on the safe side on this one here, but really, if that doesn't work, then we're going to be looking at a reset of console. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. This is, we just moved, and this is dangerously close to home. Yo, look, I'm gonna say it like this. If I ever move to a place that actually has a micro center, like right next to me, and I can like walk to it, I would be broke. I promise. I would have every computer, every laptop, every peripheral, every component known to mankind on top of every computer, every laptop, every component that I already have. Like, it would be so much, like, I would spend so much money. I'd be so broke. I'd be happy, but I'd be broke. I'd be broke surrounded by toys, because I was just buying just to have it. So yeah, I couldn't have a micro center like right next to me. My micro center is like, it's a pretty good ways from me, but it's not like I can get there within 30 minutes. But yeah, no. I would rather it be a little bit further away, because I just don't trust myself around micro center, especially when they have discounts on processors. All right, let's go and go to the next one here. This is from Pomsky. It's a repeat. Game chat randomly stopped working for every game. Anyone knows the solution? Yeah. So in this one here, we actually told them where to go to. We said, sure, what happens if you remove the headset and set the audio to the speakers? Do you hear the game chat then? Also, if you go to settings, general volume, and audio output, additional options under party chat output, what is it set to? And he said, I can hear game chat, but I can't participate in it. They can't hear me. Oh, okay, so he can hear it, but he can't participate in it. So basically his audio just isn't picked up. Okay, well, first off, does the headset have a mute button or auto mute button? What I mean when I say mute or auto mute is this. Hold on. So this particular headset here, this Jabra, if you go like this and have the headset down, you're unmuted. If you pull it up, it mutes. Okay. Some headsets have this ability where if you have the headset in a down position, it will actually be available for you to talk. And if you put it in an up position, it will mute. So that's the reason why I say it this way. Well, first off, does the headset have a mute button or auto mute button? Also, what does it say for the so if we go, this is Xbox, right? Xbox, yeah. All right, so if we go to settings, audio output, additional options, chat mixer, no. Party chat output is headset. So he hears the headset. Mute startup, power chime, mono output, mute speakers, mute navigation sounds, blah, blah, blah. Audio testing and details. No. Headset audio. Okay. That's audio, but it's not input. Let's see here if it's anywhere else. Accessories, mouse, media remote. Doesn't look like it. Preferences, accessibility, audio, power chime, mute startup, mono output. Well, yeah, so there's no real extra location where audio is going to be located outside of what we were just looking at. If we look at here, it just says speaker audio, advanced options also only talk about the output, not necessarily the input. So it looks like that's going to be regulated to game, if I'm not mistaken here. Power options, no. TV display options, just making sure it's not here. No, it's not. Okay, so we're good there. So what we would say to this, okay, so we'll change it up. Well, first off, does the headset have a mute button or auto mute button? Also, what does it say for the settings in the game you are playing? What games have you tested this with? Games have you tested this with? Is this happening on more than one game? That's going to be kind of a telltale sign, right? If it's happening on more than one game, then that's going to be kind of interesting, and I would kind of look more so towards the headset. But if it's only happening on one game, then it could be the settings within the game. So that may be something that we may have to look at here. It may just straight up be their settings within the game that may be preventing him from actually talking, but he's saying he can hear them, so the audio output is correct. And that's the only thing that you see as an option on the Xbox. So it's going to be one of those kind of situations. So we'll see how that goes and then go from there. I got bomb happy, and so once I realized what it does and how to actually hit it and pull the bomb towards you and then throw it towards something, I just started doing it a whole lot. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's go and go to the next one here. Alrighty, so Xbox Series X graphical glitch. Oh, this was the man that had the tiling there. You can see it there in the screen. So that blue screen tint or hue that's over his screen. And we've been talking about this a little bit here. And we said, okay, do you get this fringing in other games or in other locations in Jedi Survivor? The short answer would be yes. The only other game to do this to any varying degree would be Halo Infinite, in which the second I get to the menus, every single thing is pixelated with this white and black checkered pattern. In other locations in Jedi Survivor, it's completely random. When resting the game out on the Xbox, in areas where there's no heavy lighting, especially if there's no heavy bloom, it does pixelate at times with a checkerboard pattern, but no, not to that degree as on the title screen. It still makes the game unplayable. It still makes the game unplayable. I will note, I went out and bought the new Xbox Series X to test it. The new Xbox does not have this issue at all. The new Xbox is just that new. It is using the same cables for the power supply and the HDMI cable I have been using for the other Xbox. Oh, well, that's good info. That's good info. Quick question is RTX with Jedi Survivor. Here, let me just spin it up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So if it's already up. I'm sorry. Play. Let's see if hopefully I don't break everything while I try to let this run and open up here. But I don't even know if y'all can see it. Oh no, I don't think it's installed on other games, but it's okay. It's okay. We may be able to still do this. It's trying to load. Just give me 1 second here. So there's a few options in Jedi Survivor. We used to do this whenever we were doing Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is installed on other PCs. Jedi Survivor is the only one that isn't. It's still installed only on my main PC, which isn't ideal. But y'all are about to hear that audio though. Hold on, let me make sure it's good. Oh yeah, it's okay. So add media source real quick here. Give me 1 second, bro. Oh no, not media source. That's the wrong one. Cancel. Add. Not a capture device. Oh, game capture. 2. See if I can actually still do this. I used to be able to do this very quickly whenever we were actually doing it from one computer, but now I don't anymore. So I just want to make sure that this actually works properly. Let's see, where's Jedi Survivor? Jedi Survivor. Okay. And hit okay. And hit this. Oh, no, y'all still can't see it. Okay, well, never mind. It's still loading, but it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Make it very small here and just put it up in the corner so y'all can see what I'm referring to. There we go. Okay, so just so everybody can see what I'm doing. So basically in Jedi Survivor, you have the, it takes a while for it to load, but in Jedi Survivor, it does have some light options that I'm thinking may be affecting his particular issue if it ever decides to load here. I don't know if it can because it utilizes a ton of memory, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, there we go. So if we go to options and we go to visuals, let's see here. Okay. So it has brightness, and then it has the AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, and then it also has ray tracing. Okay, ray tracing broke mine. I want to let everybody know. So I was running my 4090 7950X with ray tracing recording with NVIDIA GeForce Experience. Okay, when I was recording with GeForce Experience with ray tracing on, it broke it. Every 20 seconds or so, the game would crash. However, that has nothing to do with his bloom issue. So for his bloom issue, I just want to make sure that he doesn't have ray tracing turned on, as well as the AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution. It's possible that neither one of these is actually there because he's using it from the Xbox, but we're just going to go ahead and put it on there just to make sure that the game isn't what's causing his problem. Okay, do that. And y'all still hear that. Let me close it out real quick. Oh God, I didn't mean to turn ray tracing on. Hold on, let me turn off ray tracing. That would be bad. Okay, there we go. Quit. There we go. All right, so yeah, so that's good info. Quick question. In the settings of Jedi Survivor, is AMD, what is it called? High fidelity? High fidelity. I don't know if turned on or ray tracing. If you change the settings to low/medium, does the checkered pattern still appear, on the home screen. Okay, so what we're getting at is it's a possibility that for his particular, why can't y'all see that? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, it's a possibility that for his particular issue, what may be happening is the settings he may have turned up too high, and it's basically trying to overutilize the GPU for this guy, hence why he's getting that checkered pattern. Because Star Wars Jedi Survivor is very, very, very detailed, and it's very, very, very buggy, and running that on the Xbox Series X and not the Xbox One X is a big deal because of the graphical horsepower of the newest model. So it could straight up be that his settings are just a little bit too tuned too high, and that may be causing his problem, hence why we're saying it this way. So just making sure that he has the high fidelity turned off as well as ray tracing turned off, and then changes regular settings from low to low medium if it's on high or ultra, or epic in this case. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. That was not too bad. I was able to actually do that, load it, and not eat up all my memory. I was worried that that game would eat up all my memory and crash while we're streaming, which would have been awful. But it looks like we're okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to group 2. Alrighty, group 2. This is another repeat. Xbox One power button won't work, and he said he has an Xbox One power button won't work. He says original model Xbox One power button no longer functions, and I now have to use a controller, and it no longer makes a noise when powering it on or off. And I was asking just to be on the safe side. Well, is it under warranty? If it's not, then I'd leave it alone. Just lost sound is not really a big enough issue to risk it, as the issue could be a short. Do you think a decade-old console would be under warranty? Well. I said that because this decade-old console just recently stopped being sold in stores, but for a long time after its stores, so was just being cautious. But you don't have to be a dick about it. Well, I said that because this decade-old console just recently stopped being sold in stores, so it's just being cautious. But yeah, I mean, if it's just us talking, bro, you kind of, now I don't really want to help you at all. But well, if it's under warranty, if it's not, then I'd leave it alone. Just being cautious. Is it affecting your gameplay in any way? Let's see here. I'm worried I just may not be able to turn it on or back on at all. Only turn on the controller when it's in sleep mode. No longer makes a noise. I'm ready to heart. I've read that heart shutting it down. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm guessing he was just trying to troll or something, but he asked the question, so that's the answer. But yeah, I mean, I actually had to look this up because I wanted to make sure. But the Xbox One specifically stopped selling in like January of 2022. So depending on what his warranty was, or if he got an extended warranty, yeah, it could still be under warranty. It really kind of just depends on what you currently have set up and what you currently have set for your warranty. Like, I don't know your story, I don't know your life, so I was just being as cautious as humanly possible. But yeah, that's not enough to bring me down, so it's whatever. Yeah, White Phoenix, keep us posted, kinda or not at all, whatever. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So this is the guy with the stuttering. He is playing obviously Doom Eternal, and he's having kind of like this flicker towards the bottom of the screen there. And we had said, yeah, generally a graphic issue or graphical memory issue or memory issue. I will start by updating the graphics driver for the GPU. Next up, I will go ahead and remove any overclock on the RAM to see if that resolves the issue. Finally, what resolution and FPS are you running Doom at, as it could be also screen tearing. He says, I have right now the latest version. I'll try to downgrade it. No RAM overclocking. I run at 1440p at 120 frames per second. Try 1080p, still the same. Okay. Okay. No. What the downgrade does. Also, do you notice this in the actual game? You're just in the test area. Yeah, so yeah, that's where he's at. He's in the spaceship. So he actually hasn't, I think he's in a spaceship. Oh no, I take that back. He's not in a spaceship. Let me see. I thought he, oh yeah, he is. Okay. I thought I saw a picture of the globe or the world there. He's in the spaceship. He's not actually playing the game. He's at the, I guess it's, what do they call it? The, I don't know. They call it something on Mario. The, hub world. He's in the hub world. So he actually isn't actually playing the actual Doom game. He's just sitting in the hub world, which is his spaceship. Okay, let us know if what the downgrade does. Also, do you notice this in the actual game? You're just in the test area or hub area. We'll call it hub area. You're just in the hub area currently. And that is your, there we go. Okay, yeah. I just, just to be on the safe side, because I mean, his issue that he's having is only on the floor. So he may not even notice it depending on which map he's on. So I just want to make sure that he's actually having the issue in game, or is he maybe tripping out just because he sees this issue, but he hasn't actually gone to a planet yet. Continue playing the game and see if you still have the problem. Regardless if it's 1080p 120 or 2K 120. Ooh, aren't you pretty? My new H9 Elite build. There. That is very, very pretty. I like these fans. I have these fans. These are the fans I use as well. They're very, very nice. They have different models as well, but this one is pretty sweet. Big fan of these fans. Ha! But yeah, this is a nice little rig. I like it a lot. That's really nice. But I don't like big cases, and the H9 Elite is a big boy. But it's very pretty. So I mean, there's that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Oh, let me congrat him on his build. Congrats on your build, bro. Gotta give the stamp of approval. Alrighty, Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool Killer. Xbox Series X not reading any Dark Souls 3 copy. I have no idea what happened or what to do, but my Xbox Series X can play any other disc game I have completely fine. Not any Dark Souls 3 copy is the issue. I own the other from Soft Games digitally, so I have no idea if this is a common occurrence for others. Well, is the disc damaged in any way? Also, for a free test, drop this game off at GameStop, and say you are thinking of selling it to them. They will test the game for you and let you know if it's faulty. If it's not, then it's the disc reader. If it is faulty, it's the CD. It's the disc. I was very careful not to put CD because I know it's like Blu-ray or something, but I was trying to be as careful as humanly possible and not put CD and sound like I'm, 80. So yeah, I would say just go ahead and take it to like a GameStop or whatever kind of computer store or video game store you currently have. Tell them that you're thinking about selling it. And, of course, don't waste their time, just be kind of quick about it. But let them know that you're looking at selling it the game, because obviously you would if it's not working. And see, because normally they would actually test the game with their Xbox that's there before they actually give you a deal for it. So let them actually test it, and they'll let you know if you're having a problem without you having to buy an Xbox and test it yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I would say for that one. Kind of a way to get around that without having to pay for another Xbox temporarily. Alrighty, I'm sorry, this is up there. I can't see my second chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is from Shots. Edge doesn't work because of firewall issue. Well, we love firewall issues here. Everything I look something up on Edge, I get a message saying, can't reach this page. Google.askcryingforth.com refused to connect, and it says something about checking my connection and checking proxy and the firewall, but I've restored the firewall settings several times. What's going on? Okay, well, it sounds like your settings in the actual application itself has proxy settings. So it sounds as if the actual application has proxy settings enabled. What happens if you open Edge in in private private mode, does the URL, okay, I'm going too far. I was going to say URL lookups, if anybody was wondering what I was about to say. I was about to say URL lookups, but that's a little bit confusing. Does the page display, what happens if you open Edge and in private mode? Does the page still display the same error? Also, if you go to, I think I can from here. Let's see, settings. Okay, we'll go ahead and try it. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure y'all don't see anything. Okay, so if you go to settings and yeah, that, okay, just making sure. Settings. Let's see. Profiles. I know y'all can't see it, but just give me 1 second here. I'm just checking to see where it's located. System and performance. Reset settings. No. Phone and other devices. No. Downloads, default browser, cookies. No. Share, copy, and paste. Start, home, button, sidebar, blah, blah, blah. Privacy and search. So security settings. Actually, you know what? Let's see here. I was trying to see if there's a way to just straight up reset it for him. And that would probably be the easiest way instead of trying to hunt it down the hard way. So let me see. Appearance, privacy, search, and services, blah, blah, blah. Choose what to clear. Clear browsing data. Choose what to clear every time you close the browser. No, not browsing. Browser data. No. Okay, we'll leave it alone. It appears we'll just do it the other way. In other words, we'll do it the try in private mode, and does the page still say the same error? Yeah, okay, I'm not exactly sure where the proxy settings are enabled here, but what we can do is this. Google Internet, he said Edge, right? Yeah, Internet Edge, turn off proxy settings. This is performance. Oh, okay, that's it right there. If you go to, here we go. Click open computer's proxy settings, toggle automatically detect settings to off. The proxy server settings is now disabled. So yeah. Also, if you go to make sure there is no proxy info enabled. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like something is redirecting him, you know, and if it's only happening on this browser, then it means that it's a possibility that it's this browser's application that's doing it. So it's going to be something with their settings or permissions that is making it reroute to a different location. So that's the reason why we're saying it like this. But more than likely, if you run it in private mode, that should kind of give you a pretty good understanding of what may be happening. If in private mode works, then it's a possibility that you're going to have an issue with your settings. But if in private mode does not work, then it may be something with the actual settings of the browser, and you may have to go into the proxy settings and make some changes there, or it may need an update. Alrighty, shots, keep us posted there, good and or ma'am. And let's go ahead and go to the next one here. This is from Xmas Man Reddit, and it's a repeat. Laptop troubles. My laptop started having some issues yesterday, and fidgeting around with the charger and brick made it work, but only got 8 to 14%. And he was wanting to know if it was bricked and if he should replace it. And I said, yeah, replace the AC adapter with a new one to see if it still charges. Yeah, I did that though. I use a USB-C charger. My computer has 2 charging ports. It does not seem to be working. I might have asked my dad to send it to someone who can fix it or get a new laptop. Yeah, the USB-C port is a bit iffy depending depending on the laptop case. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I can't see that anyway. Case in point, the ThinkPad X1 tablet. The ThinkPad X1 tablet won't boot from a weak USB-C charging USB-C charger if the battery is dead. But Max can't. Well, no, not even Max. Max have to get to like 5% before it does. So yeah, that's the reason why I say it like that. But if he's already given it to his dad, but if you have already given this to your dad, then it's dad, then never mind. And let's go ahead and let him know that we exist here, just in case, because I think that this one is going to be pretty much over if he's already given it to his dad, so he can try to see if he can fix it or replace it. So there's nothing more that we can do. So we'll just go ahead and let him know of what he could have done, and we'll go ahead and take our assist trophy. Thank you, Luca, for the assist. We definitely appreciate it. And we're just going to go ahead and move on because there's not a whole lot we can do. I don't like that particular droid. He's very annoying. And I don't know why I kept fighting these guys, because I thought I was getting a whole lot of experience. I wasn't. It takes a lot to get a bunch of experience in this game. So yeah, I was just trying to fight him to get more experience, but I kept just getting shot by blaster fire. But yeah, it wasn't great. So there is that. All right, let's go to the next one here. This is from Chaotic Chameleon. USB monitor into GPU display port. Okay. I was thinking of getting a small USB monitor, AOC i1659 blah, to put inside my main monitor. However, my GPU, a 6950 XT, only has HDMI and display port connectivity. Would it be possible to plug the monitor's USB cable into an adapter and plug that into the GPU display port? Yep. There are several USB-C to display port cables. Make sure it passes power. I just ordered one. Like maybe a month ago off Amazon, because I have a external monitor that doesn't have a battery. I have one that does and one that doesn't, and the one that doesn't is the one that needed this. Because, of course, all of my graphics cards, none of them have USB-C ports because I don't have any reference models. Display. I'm looking it up right now. Just give me 1 second here. It's going to be the most recent. Oh, here it is. USB-C. Here we go. Alrighty. I'm just going to give them the name because I can no longer... with this, we can no longer give them this information because it'll kill my reply, because it's like trying to advertise your brand or whatever. That's the way they see it. Just go to Google and search for this. This is the one I purchased off Google or off Amazon. There we go. So yeah, USB-C to DisplayPort 1.4 cable is what it's called. And yes, you can do that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alrighty, this is from DVM 28BP. Touchscreen monitor priority issue. Okay, I remember this. This is, okay, so this guy is trying to get Spotify to work on his second monitor via touch. Okay, so he has monitor 1, monitor 2. Monitor 1, monitor 1, monitor 2. This monitor 2 is a touch screen. However, whenever he's touching his screen, he has to click on the window before he can actually start and stop Spotify, because this screen is active. Whatever window in this screen is active. So in order for him to get his to go to the next song, he has to click inside Spotify, and then the touch screen works. And we were saying that's not the way you do that, which the way you do that is with media keys on your keyboard. And so he said, so actually its purpose is for a simulator cockpit, essentially in place of a double DIN touchscreen radio of there is a way to force my touch input from the device to be going to screen 2. That might be an ideal fix. To force your touch to go to screen 2, well, you may be able to change the touch to almost work like a double click, but this like a double click to select the window and then click the button, but without a touch screen in Windows, I can't really say if this is something that can be done. Do you really want to hurt me? No, do you really not have media keys on your keyboard? Some do, but man, a lot of gaming keyboards, particularly with people who talk about tablets and second screens, they generally have keyboards that have media keys. So I would just really check his keyboard, man. I think some media keys will solve his issue right on up. So yeah, I definitely would just look for your media keys, man. That's all you would do for this. Like, it's really not all that bad. Once you have the media keys going, man, you're off to the races. All right, let's go and go to the next one here. So this is from Coolman Rosso. We're getting this game ready message for every game. We're getting this game ready is the error that he's getting. This is a new one. This morning, I was woken up by my neighbor's dog and thought I'd do a race or two in Grid Legends before breakfast, but it kept telling me we're getting this game ready and would just never load it. Same happened to Republic Commando, Pac-Man Championship, Final Fantasy 12. I turned it off and then turned it back on. Still, nothing will launch. Any ideas on what may be causing this? Well, data corruption. Data corruption are all your games stored on the internal drive? Are all your games stored on the internal drive or an external drive? External drive. If it's an external drive, try a game on the internal one. If all games are stored on the internal drive, let me see. Well, data corruption. Are all your games stored on the internal drive or an external drive? If it's an external drive, try a game on the internal one. If all games are stored on the internal drive, then delete and re-download one of the games to see if that resolves the issue. So essentially what I'm saying is this, okay? You have an external drive and you have an internal drive, okay? Depending on which one you're using can dictate what's happening. So if none of your games open and it keeps giving you an error whenever you're trying to open saying we're getting this ready, then it's probably having an issue reading the drive and loading it into memory. And if that's the case, then all you want to do there is if it's external and on a hard drive, move it to the internal SSD. And if it's on the internal SSD, go ahead and uninstall the game and reinstall it back on the internal SSD and see if that resolves the issue. Alrighty, Coleman Rosso, keep us posted there. All right, group 4, how's the time? Time isn't bad. We're not doing too bad. Group 4, laptop crashes by touching it and other things. Giggity. This looks like a short. Oh, this is a guy, he actually showed us how this was working, okay. But all he did was move it. See that? Okay, so just by seeing it, just from him moving it, it was actually shorting out there. So we were like, yeah, this looks like a short. And let's see where we left off here. It said, well, this looks like a short. Quick question. If you plug a second monitor into the laptop and disable the primary laptop, does the moving the frame trigger the picture going in and out on the second monitor? If it's not going out, then the cable and monitor may be pinched as the others have described above. I'll test that out tomorrow. I'll update. Cool. Keep us posted. Cool. Keep us posted. Thanks. Yeah, let us know. That's exactly what we would do on that one. All right, so this is from Mad Max. He's having some connection issues. It's a new ticket. My ex says it's connected. Okay, I'm sorry. I read X as in EX. My ex as in Xbox One X. Same. Okay, those are what's the word? Synonyms. Those are most definitely synonyms, X and X, as in my Xbox One X versus EX. But my X says it's connected, but I can't game or stream. Is it something on my end? My wireless WIC works just fine. Okay, so his wireless network works fine is what he's saying. Well, what happens if you connect your Xbox directly to the router with an Ethernet cable? What does it work then? Does it work then? Also, could you go to settings? Where is it at? Network, Xbox. Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked on the grabbed the wrong controller. Settings, network, and do a test network speed and statistics. Network and test network speed and statistics. There we go. Could you go to settings, network, test network speed and statistics, and let us know the results? Okay, so yeah, so basically just run a speed test, try to figure out what your speed is. Also, if you are wireless, go ahead and try wired and see if it makes a difference. Mad Max, keep us posted. Ooh, so this is the Evolve Shift to Air with the 5800X 3D and a RTX 4080 Founders, making everybody jealous that you have a Founders. That is awesome. To be fair, everybody should know, none other card would fit outside of the Founders on this guy because it's way too short. But it's still pretty sweet that he got a 4080 in there. And I like his cooling. His cooling is really sweet. And I like his fittings on his AIO as well. So yeah, overall, nice build, man. And then of course he has the Dominator Platinums in there. Excellent build. Nice build, bro. Like the fittings. All right, let's go to the next one here. So this is from Trick Scientist. Xbox Series X closes my games. Repeat. Hi everyone, this is my first post and I'm looking for help from the Reddit community. Oh yeah, the help is what we do, bro. So he has several games, 12 Remake, Soul Hackers, Life is Strange, True Colors, or Hi-Fi Rush. And some of the games are always closed. I'm playing suddenly when going from one cinematic to another, it closes or doesn't go past the loading screen. So basically it's freezing when playing games. And we've been going back and forth here. And I said, okay, so does every time I restart, does it say you don't have access to Ultimate? Also, when you say you went back to 4K, do you mean you changed the resolution back to 4K? Did 1080p work on other games outside of Life is Strange? So essentially, he said that he was getting some alerts about his Xbox Ultimate subscription, which is why I was asking that question. And he says, sometimes my Ultimate subscription is not respected after a period of inactivity in the main dashboard or when restarting. When I go back to 4K resolution, sometimes everything works as normal, and in some cases, the error still exists. The most problematic case is 13 Remake. Sometimes when passing the loading screen, the game closes. In the case of Soul Hackers 2, between battles, the stage is shown in complete darkness. They do not have load textures or anything. I was playing yesterday and I have more problems with that game than Dead Space or Redfall, and the console gets hotter than I remember. To be fair, Redfall is buggy. So to be fair, we will ignore Redfall altogether for obvious reasons. It's Redfall is a very buggy game. It just came out, but it's super buggy from what I've heard. Because it's not a good test case. But sometimes my Ultimate subscription is not respected after a period of inactivity. Okay, well, quick question. So is this guy wireless or wired? Is this guy wired or wireless? If it's if it's wireless, connect directly into the router to see if the issue resolves itself. Yeah, let's see here. Another closes or doesn't go past the load screen. Some games are always closed. Okay, so yeah, the reason why we're telling him to hook up directly instead of on Wi-Fi has nothing to do with the games themselves freezing, because the games themselves, he's playing the game, which means that it's in memory, and if it's not an online game, he's not actually going out to the internet. But we'll go ahead and try to make him go wired, because his issue is with his Xbox subscription timing out on him, essentially. So we'll see how that goes and have him go ahead and hook up wired, and hopefully that will point him in the right direction or get him fixed, but we'll just wait around and see what happens. Alrighty, last of group 4 here. This is from Theo Reddit Boy. Need audio output help, please. Need help adjusting my audio settings for my PS3 Slim. Oh wow. Used it for like a decade but never encountered this problem before. Whilst playing, my man got his English on point. Whilst playing, the music and sound effects are the right volume, but some dialogue does not play at all. My HDMI is connected to my PS3 straight to my TV. I've tried audio settings, output settings, HDMI automatic, but it still doesn't work, and I don't understand the different sound things in manual. Used it like for a decade, but never encountered this problem. Whilst playing, the music and sound effects are the right volume, but some dialogue does not play. Some dialogue does not play. Okay. Okay. So I take it you're using a headset. Do you have any available speakers you can use to see if you still doesn't work and I don't understand. To see if you get audio output. Okay, so I take it you are using a headset. Do you have any available speakers you can use to see if you get audio output? Be sure to remove the headset when you test. So yeah, I would just, try to get some speakers and see if the speakers give you audio output and then kind of go from there. But let us know, the Reddit boy, and keep us posted. Alrighty, this is group 5. Okay, group 5 is pretty long. Let me get something to drink here and we can get to it. Alrighty. So this is from Skritelli. Skritelli. First PC build, what would you change? Oh, I remember this. So this guy here had a PC build that he had under $1,100. He asked what we would change, and we said monitor because everything else that he had spec was really good. He was trying to go for a 3070. His Ryzen processor was relatively normal, between 8 and 16. 8-core 16 thread. Okay, so yes, the 5600X is what I was thinking what I think he's going with here, or the G, whichever one is fine. And then he has, let me see here, where's his order? Oh, it's not here anymore. So he had a 3070, like 32 gigs of RAM, so on and so forth. And so we said, looks great, no issues with that whatsoever, but what kind of monitor are you going to use? May not get the best out of the 3070 if the monitor is 1080p 60 FPS. I have a 1440p 160 hertz monitor. Oh, then you're good to go. Ah, sweet. Then you're good to go. Yeah, he's good at that point. Wasn't really a question, so I'm not gonna actually post my information here. He didn't really have a straight up question. Actually, you know what? It may be useful for him because he just built this out. So we will go ahead and let him know that this is what we do. OneNote and a copy and paste. There we go. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I was like, my computer freeze out on me because I was just trying to do a copy paste. That is freaking stupid. But no, we're good. So yeah, that's what we would do for that one. Go ahead and close out his second ticket, or his second redirect. Okay, so this is from Honey Badger. Honey Badger writes, game keeps crashing and PC slows down afterwards. This is a lot of text, so I do apologize. I'll try to be brief if I can. My PC had started to behave strangely. It all started with Wallpaper Engine not booting up correctly. This happens with me as well. Due to it not recognizing my two monitors properly, this happens to me as well. A quick restart of the Wallpaper Engine fixed that. That happened to me as well. Next, I wanted to play Fallout 76. The game kept crashing, either doing loading screens or when it loaded in terrain. Simultaneously, Opera GX said page ran out of memory. I shut down and restarted the PC. Nothing. I figured it was a bad patch on Bethesda, so I jumped on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This game also kept crashing, and also the same message on Opera GX COD came also with the page file size out of memory. Okay. I updated drivers, rebooted servers several times. That even ran a Windows reset. Nothing has fixed it. Can my hardware be faulty? Well, the fact that you're running 16 gigs of RAM is faulty. Well, I wouldn't say it's faulty. Well, the fact that you are running 16 gigs of RAM could be a bit of the problem, and explain why you are running out of memory. Well, the fact that you are running 16 gigs of RAM could be a bit of a problem, and explain why you are running out of memory. There is a location in the settings where you can actually change or increase the amount of traffic or the amount of paging that you can have. And so whatever it is, you can actually increase it. So you can do that from the settings in Windows, and I would show him how to do that. However, he has 16 gigs of RAM, and that would take precedence. I would like to see what he's going to do with the 16 gigs of RAM situation, then go from there. For those of you who aren't aware, when it comes to playing video games, like this man is doing here, and he says games keep crashing, a lot of games actually eat about 10 to 16 gigs of RAM. So you only having 16 gigs is not ideal in this particular day and time. I just want to let everybody know, if y'all have seen me play different games, then those games are pretty much going to be games that require more than 10 gigs of RAM. They're going to be 10 to 16, somewhere in that area. Comment. Alrighty. B1 work vibes. Oh, aren't you pretty? Let's see. That's it. 2 pictures, bro. That's all we get. So it appears that you have the graphics card towards the bottom, then he has an ITX rig, and then he has a little bit of kind of a come across thing going on there for his cooling. You know, I'm not crazy about oval devices because I just like symmetry. Not that it's not symmetrical. I just like hard, sharp lines, I guess is the best way to say it. But I mean, you know, still pretty sweet. Lately, I've been wanting to build my own inconspicuous work PC with having a good amount of free time. I'm sorry, this is a lot of text. At times, I wanted the ability to do some low-end gaming. I also needed it to be able to handle all my work reports and software I use on a daily basis. Oh, sweet. Well, congrats, bro. Congrats, bro. Looks like a great build. He said your speaker looks weird. It definitely does look like a speaker. I'm not even gonna lie. I think the USB dongle in the front gives it away, but yeah, it definitely looks like a speaker. Man got a subwoofer for a computer. Oh Lord, this is long. And it's new. Okay, well, let me get ready. Certain PS4 controllers won't connect to PC's Bluetooth when another PS4 controller can. So basically, a certain blue PS4 controller I have just won't connect to Bluetooth adapter on my PC. I hold down the PlayStation and share button to get it detected as a Bluetooth device on the PC, and it just never appears as one, despite doing so in the past. And before you say I need to update the Bluetooth driver or whatever, another older PS4 controller, incidentally a broken one, connects just fine to the PC's Bluetooth instantaneously. Same with the Switch Pro controller I've been using, although having to go back to Bluetooth settings whenever I want to reconnect or drag. So what is about this PS4 controller in particular that can connect to my console via Bluetooth just fine, but not my PC? Well, I tried resetting it with a small button on the back for 5 to 10 seconds, right? And I've successfully made the PS4 forget the device, so it's not connected to that. Phone can't forget, though it still didn't work regardless of that aspect. So what can I do here? I'm guessing I can't just connect it via cable and somehow make it recognize the Bluetooth. No, but the cable will let you point you in the right direction on whether or not it works. I think I remember someone fiddling about resetting the console and reconnecting a couple times that might have fixed it in the past. Something you wouldn't think would work, but I'm not sure where the guide is now, if it's even definitely the solution. Has anyone else had this problem before? Yeah. What happens when you connect the faulty controller directly into the Xbox. Is it Xbox? PlayStation. Oh, PC. Yeah, what happens when you connect the faulty controller directly into the PC with a cable? Does it work then with no problems? What? Oh, I'm capitalized. Does. Let me scroll down here with a lowercase o. Yeah, what happens when you connect the faulty controller directly into the PC with a cable? Does it work then with no problems? Yeah, that's essentially what we want to know. It's not a whole lot we can do here. It sounds like it just may be a faulty cable. Also be sure to update the Bluetooth driver on your PC. You can do this by going to Windows Update, Advanced, Windows Update, Advanced, and I don't remember the rest. So here, let's do it from a Windows 11 PC. I think is what he had. 11. Windows Update, Advanced Options, Advanced Options, Optional Updates, Advanced Options, Optional Updates. So Advanced Options and then Optional Updates. Advanced Options. Oh Lord, can't spell. Options, Optional Update, Optional Update. Alrighty. You can do this by going to Windows Update, Advanced Options, Optional Update, and seeing if there is an updated Bluetooth driver for you to download for the PC. Yeah, just check and make sure there aren't any updates for your Bluetooth driver, but it typically would mean that the Bluetooth settings of the dongle for your PC, it works for one controller and doesn't for the other, because the other may be older or something along those lines, and maybe came out at a different time frame, because we are talking about PS4 controllers and not PS5 controllers, hence why we say it this way. Basically, go into your advanced option, optional update, and make sure that your Bluetooth driver is up to date, and then see if that works. Also try wired versus Bluetooth and see if that does anything as well. Alrighty, next up, this is from Moist Process, new case, YouTube on PlayStation. Has anyone else had this problem? It just started happening. YouTube on my PS5 is working. I can watch videos and search things, but when I'm on the homepage, instead of showing me recommended videos or videos from people I'm subscribed to, it only shows 4 categories: YouTube movies, news, primetime movies, and listening to again before it tells you to scroll back to the top. This is really annoying because I have to search for YouTubers I like instead of having it on my homepage. Please help. Sure. What happens if you log out your account in YouTube and log back in? Does this work? If it doesn't, then uninstall YouTube and reinstall it. Yeah, so it just really kind of depends on what happens. What happens if you log out your account and then go back into your account on YouTube. That's a pretty big deal. If you log out of your account and log back in and it still doesn't update, then that's not a good sign. YouTube. Does this work? If it doesn't, then uninstall YouTube and reinstall it. So yeah, that's pretty much all you can do in those kind of situations, because you don't own the software, but you can do restarts and uninstalls of YouTube to see if we can get it to work. Yeah, you see that? You see all that work that I did to get that item, and that item was a sweater vest that I don't care about. That's why I don't like exploring in this game. Alrighty, and this is the last one here, and it's a repeat. This is a poor audio from LG monitor. I recently bought an LG monitor and a Creative Pebble 2.1 speaker, since the monitor has no internal speakers. Whenever I connect the speakers to the monitor, I get poor, terrible quality audio. And I said, well, I don't know if anyone that trusts the audio from a monitor. It's usually a hit or miss. Is there a reason why it needs to be into the monitor? Are you using a second input? What I'm trying to get at is, most people don't have audio going into the monitor. They essentially have audio going into their computer. The only time they have it going into their monitor or computer or console, the only time they have that going into the monitor if it's not a computer or console. I also use the monitor for my Xbox and Chromecast, so the only way to use the external speaker is to plug into the monitor. Okay, got it. Well, is the audio terrible on the other inputs as well? Got it. Well, is the audio terrible on other inputs as well? I'm sorry, it's getting really cold. I also use the monitor from my Xbox and Chromecast, so the only way to use the external speakers is to plug it into the monitor. Okay. Well, is the audio terrible on the other inputs as well? Let's see. Terrible on the other inputs as well. An LG monitor. Do you have a headset you can test instead to see if the audio... Well, okay. Not necessarily a headset, because he wants it to play from the actual monitor itself. So you having a headset would actually just go into the Xbox or the PC or whatever console or device you currently have. So that actually won't help him in this situation. Do you have a headset you can test? Do you have... No, that won't work. Got it. Well, this audio... Is the audio terrible on the other inputs? That's really all you can ask on this one, you know? I mean, if... Okay, we can try one thing. Also, try a factory reset on the TV to see if that helps. So yeah, we'll go factory reset because we're running out of options here. The only thing that you really can do is try the other inputs and see if they're crappy. If they are crappy, then go ahead and try a factory reset. If they aren't crappy and the only one that is crappy is like a single game or something, or a single thing that you're doing, then well, if it's working on one and not on all the others, then it may just be a faulty input port on the television or something along those lines. But yeah, I would just answer these two questions first and then go from there, because this right here is a stopping point. Once we're here, we can't really say anything outside of it just being hardware issues or speaker issues, depending on which device is giving you the bad quality. So I would try to replace the speakers first, of course, and then try the television because it's kind of big and burly. But that is going to be it for today. Had to stop a little bit early. I actually have to drive 16 hours. So this is about to be very, very fun. So I do apologize for him. We will pick back up. I will try to do one this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Probably going to be from out of town, so it won't have all the settings and hurrah that we currently have going on here, but I will try to get something going on this weekend, but it will not be Thursday. So just want to let everybody know I won't be able to stream on Thursday because I will be driving out of town, but I'll try to get something available sometime soon. And also, of course, I'll have a bunch of videos coming out, so I got to get work on that. So I got a lot of things I need to do. But without further ado, let's go ahead and call it a day, Forum. It has been a pleasure. And if you like this video, go ahead and like button. If you really like it, Forum, go ahead and subscribe. I love you either way. Take care. All the best. And bye. I will see you Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday, depending on how I feel and how everything is going. So see y'all in a little bit. Peace.